Alright, so we're doing the third sale, eBay sale of N64 motherboards. These are 04s. I sold 2 of them. 04s. So quick rundown, you got, there's an 02. I have an 02 now. 03, 04, 05 are the most common. There is an 06 and 07. I've seen them. I've had them. And then there's 08, and the final one is 09. These are the 04s. So, we're going to retest them again. I'm having a hard time selling N64 stuff, so. So we'll retest these here. Okay, wait a second. I cleaned them all the best I could. Usually around the threads there, so a lot of stuff. This one's a little bit more dirty here. Clean this one up a little bit more. Around those threads there. The legs. Cleaned under all the cartridge slots. That's where all the outside air is. A lot of these were really dirty. But I'll clean these all out nice. That's what it's supposed to look like. So in order to get one of these to work, you have to have all the ingredients in order to get this to work. Which is a good cartridge slot. The motherboard is usually always the problem. So replacing cartridge slot usually doesn't fix it. So, cartridge slot, you have to have a good jumper pack. First you have to have a jumper pack. Then you have to have a good one. This is a generic one, but they work. And then you have to have power. And then you have to have a good game. Remember, these are completely cartridge driven. Everything runs through this. There's no menu screen. However, I had myself a Double D. I don't have the video anymore. I got rid of it, but Double D does have, that's the attachment that goes into here. It has a Mario screen. It's pretty cool. I don't have the video anymore, but it's pretty neat. So there is actually a boot screen only when you attach the Double D. And that's real expensive. I paid a lot for it, and then I sold it for a lot less. I wanted to find one. I wanted to see one. I could say I had one. Alright. So, and then you also need a controller. Again, it's a whole outfit soup of this stuff then. You need that. Right? Controls gotta work. Memory pack. You need a memory pack. Has to work. This game here, this Beetle, it asks for port 1 control to be in there. So you have to have control in port 1. Not all games ask for it. Port 1 is usually the one. And of course, these play Japan or US games. Doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a Japan or US N64. They're just N64s. Just a cartridge slot. Little blocker back there. See it right there. Difference. Just take the thing off. What am I missing here? Blowing on the end of the cartridge always makes a difference. It's very important. See, it's asking for the cartridge slot. I mean, for the controller. Okay. Do a quick test of this one, and then we'll test the other ones. 04s can be tough. I'm pretty sure both of these, if I remember, worked. So. I didn't. Okay, so this works. Let's get a Japan one. Japan. Okay, so that one's good. I'm going to say this fully works. Okay, so we use the same cartridge slot. So I do this because I've had such a difficult time selling these. The cartridge slots, the motherboards, everything. You can see some of my negative feedback. It's really hard to sell stuff lately. Some really brutal stuff going on. But I know I do the best I possibly can, so that's all that counts. So I video these as we do them. And then I'll send the video. The buyer will get this video. They work. So when they get their motherboard, they have to put all their ingredients back on it, and they all have to work their ingredients. When this ships with my ingredients, it all works, as we just seen. So I had to take the extra step to do this. It's kind of a pain, but even with all this, it'll still probably have problems, but I can refer to something now at least. Gotta blow in the jumper pack thing too. Test and retest, that's what we do. I got another 04. Right, this is on. That's on. So I retested. Oh, again, I took the cartridge slot off. Interesting. I had this as working. Now I don't. 04s are tough. I do have another 04. I'm gonna have to go grab them. Try a different cartridge slot. 03s are fine. 05s. 04s can be finicky. There. Now we're fine. Change the cartridge slot. original jumper pack. So now it's fine. So that's why when you got to check the cartridge slots, not only that cartridge slot, but the jumper pack cartridge slot. It's very key. People overlook that, and this can be the problem, or even just a connection. It may have been a little bit dried up, but as we swapped them around a little bit, now it works. See? That's why these are so hard to sell. That's the exact reason. But we know it works. Let's go back to this one now. Okay, so now it's asking for the port here. So now I can test the port as well. Okay. Alright, so we're good. Again, you got to make sure when you're doing these that this gets just as much taken care of as being clean as this. These are very finicky. But as we see, they work. Can't really make something that's from 1996, 1997 work any better than it does, right? It's just not possible. I can get it, they work. They're finicky or quirky. That's the word.
Adventure Racing. Welcome. One player, single race, full grid. Okay, good choice. Nice wheels. Welcome to Coventry Cove.
Play them.
Get ready, 3, 2, 1, go!
Why am I slow? Why am I so slow? Oh, there it is. I had the wrong button. Never was good at riding games. Can't play N64 games. The graphics are too blocky. The graphics were still pretty awkward back then. This isn't too bad, but any main characters like Zelda on the N64, forget it. Back then it seemed cool, but now it's pretty blocky. Shadow Man. You ever play Shadow Man on the N64? It's a really fun game. They actually have a PS4 HD remaster, but it's really not that much better. It's really blocky. Characters. I think there's a new Shadow Man coming out, actually. Oh, I found something. What's that? Oh, I didn't know I could see something there. I knew I could go somewhere different. Oh, there is stuff over here. What's that? Huh. That's actually interesting. Oh, I can take the sign out, too. Wrong way. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Let's get out of these chips. Just wanted to warm it up a little bit. Get it all good. Okay. Alright, I think that's it. Pretty much. So these are the two. Went through them again. Front ports a little bit need to be cleaned a little bit, but each one works. The numbers on these. The cartridge slot will go. I'm selling cartridge slots now too, so the number on the cartridge slot, it's not going with these. It's 7464C. So I'm doing the same with the cartridge slot. If someone orders one, I make a video and show you the cartridge slot being used. These will not fix a bad motherboard problem. They do not. Very important. So, 7212-1904 motherboard. The exact one. The front ports are a little bit, need to be cleaned a little bit on that one. It's just over there. They're intact though. And we know port 1 works. I can't test port 2 and 3. You gotta assume those are dried up. They need to be lubed. Port 4, you could use a Pokemon game with the mic. But I used to have one, but I sold it, so I can't test that either. That's the best I can do. Each one works, they're just quirky. I do all those things I said, blowing in the cartridge here, on the cartridge slot there, on the game, on your jumper pack. All those got to be done at some point. But these are all. Then this one's 712-22. So these are the 204s that I'm shipping. Right there. Those are the two. Just 72121904. I have to do this extra step. It's just 712-2204. And that's what it looks like. That's that one. And this one, the ports need to be cleaned a little bit in the front there.